I'm doing a review for this book. It's Let's Talk About Preparing for Your Baby's Birth by Kietz. I hope that's pronounced okay. This book is part of a series of books from Pinter Martin that take an in-depth look at different areas around having a baby. This is the second book I've read from that series. I thought this was a really good book to help women prepare for their baby's birth, particularly if they are aiming for a drug-free birth. I enjoyed this book so much it's made me broody. Naughty book. I want to say a quick word about drug-free births. This is just my opinion. So every woman's birth is different, but if a woman has the opportunity for a drug-free birth, I recommend it. Not having drugs when giving birth is nothing to do with martyring yourself or forcing yourself through pain. It is instead about allowing yourself to get the full experience. Your body and hormones go through immense changes as you labour and give birth, and you will look back on your birth experiences for the rest of your life. Having as full a bodily experience as possible and having the sense of achievement when you complete it is empowering and life-enhancing. It isn't always possible for a woman to have a drug-free birth, and not all women want it. But if it is possible, I can't recommend strongly enough aiming for it. Putting in the time to prepare beforehand will make this much more likely to be a reality for many women. Okay, so back to this book. It's separated out as antenatal sessions covering different themes such as the stages of labour, the birth environment, and different forms of birth, including drug-free birth and pain management, as well as assisted birth, induction and caesarean. I liked the way the book was separated and organised. It all seemed to flow and develop well. I really enjoyed Kietz' writing style. I thought she got the balance just right. She gave information without being boring. She was supportive without being patronising. She was pushing a natural birth agenda without showing any judgment for women who don't have natural birth. Overall, I found this book appreciated what an important event birth is in women's lives, and Kietz was empowering women to have as much control and ownership of their births as possible. I thought the book was well laid out and well thought through. It was full of useful tips and good advice. There were great descriptive pictures and information to give women a strong opportunity to birth well. Throughout the book, there was lots of signposting on for further reading and other avenues of support. And the whole book was very inclusive of birth partners. I thought that Kietz gave lovely, clear explanations of the physical process of giving birth, as well as how the body works during labour and birth in different situations. When talking about birth, I thought she gave great descriptions. She was clear and concise without being cold and clinical. The session on physical skills for labour covered positions for labour, breathing and massage. I thought that this session and the following session on hypnobirthing were particularly empowering and allowed women and couples to practice and prepare for how they will manage the birth. And practicing these methods is great for the baby too. A lot in these sections was about getting your head in the right place and doing as much as you can beforehand in preparation to get the outcome you want. The section on hypnobirthing was big and at times repetitive, but I thought the message was really valuable and empowering. I've used affirmations and visualizations, breathing and centering in different ways for my different births, and I understand their value and power. But I haven't directly used the sort of hypnobirthing that Kietz discusses, although I have spoken to people who have used it very successfully. I was so impressed with the hypnobirthing ideas and suggestions that it left me feeling broody to have another baby and try it out. I reminded myself that would mean having another child at the end of it, but it was still really tempting. I loved the scripts. I was seriously relaxed just reading them to myself. I just need to find a different middle section than being ready to give birth, and then I'm using them. The section on birth plans had some good suggestions. I also liked the postnatal plan section. After all the concentration on birth, it's important to consider how you can continue to feel calm and empowered after the birth. I loved the women's stories of using the methods during labour and birth. It's great to hear how they have been put into practice, and that even when things go off plan, that the methods still really help women deal with the situation through its changes. So in conclusion, I thought this was a great book to prepare women for birth of their babies. It was empowering, and it allowed women to feel more in control when they give birth. However it goes, women can control their breathing and stay calm and not feel that they have lost ownership of their baby's birth. I would highly recommend this book for pregnant women, as well as people supporting pregnant women, either personally or professionally. Okay, there it is again. Okay, and also I'm reading this book right now, The Big Fat Surprise. So look out for the review of that in the future. Okay, thank you.